Hello everyone, welcome to Himachal Pradesh University e-learning platform. My name is Rohit Kumar Verma and I am working as assistant professor in Department of Computer Science, Himachal Pradesh University, Regional Center Dharamshala. Today in our session we are covering a very important topic of data structure which is related to tree. So basically what is an tree? So dear students, a tree is a non-linear data structure. Now why it is called non-linear? Because it follows the hierarchical manner. In case of linear data structure, all the elements are arranged in linear order. Okay, but in case of non-linear data structure, the elements are not arranged in linear order. That's why tree is called non-linear data structure, where we are following hierarchical representation of data. Okay, now dear students, in case of tree, as I can tell you, we have a hierarchical relationship. Okay, so this hierarchical relationship is represented in the form of parent-child relationship. Okay, how you can see in this image. So dear students, here first of all we have a person at the top and the name of that person is Suresh. So we can say that the Suresh is the root of this tree. Okay, or we can say that the Suresh is the parent of Sunita, Sameer and Sahil. Okay, so this is the hierarchical representation of a family member of a particular person. Okay, now we are explaining the concept of tree briefly. So basically what is a tree? So dear students, a tree is an abstract model of a hierarchical structure that consists of nodes with a parent-child relationship. So whatever I am saying, you have to remember the node at the top of the tree is known as root node. Okay, the node at the top of the tree is known as root node. Second thing you have to remember, the tree is a sequence of nodes. What is a tree? Is a sequence of nodes. Okay, third thing that you have to remember, every node other than the root has a parent node. Every node other than the root has a parent node. And fourth thing that you have to remember, a node may have any number of children. Whatever I am explaining, okay, now I can tell you with the help of this image. So dear students, you can see, as I can tell you, the node at the top of tree is known as root node. So here in this image you can see the node at the top of the tree is A. So A is the root node. Okay, second thing that we have learned, a node may have any number of children. So dear students, you can see A has 3 children, B, C, D. How many children? 3 children, B, C, D. Another thing that we have learned, every node other than the root has a parent node. So dear students, you can see here A is the parent of B, or we can say that A is the parent of C. Similarly, we can say that A is the parent of D. Fourth thing that we have learned, tree is a sequence of nodes. So dear students, whatever you are seeing in the form of circle, these all are our nodes, and the arrow that connect to node is known as edges. Okay, or sometimes these are known as connection lines. Okay, now here you can see this is our tree. Okay, so as I can tell you, the node at the top of the tree is known as root node. Okay, so dear students, here you can see for node A the child are B and C. Okay, similarly dear students, here you can see in the left part or in the left subtree, there is a mentioning that is D is the left child of B. Okay, so you can see here D is the left child of B. So for D, B is the parent. Okay, similarly in left subtree you can see for E the parent is B, or we can say for B the child are D comma E. Okay, then dear students, here we have another diagram in which again the node at the top of tree is known as root node. Okay, then here you can see in the dotted form we have a subtree where we have parent node, then we have child node. Okay, for H the parent node is D, and for D the child node is H comma I. Okay, now dear students, you have to learn some key terms of tree. So as I can tell you, the node at the top of the tree is known as root node. Okay, so here you can see in this image the node at the top is A. So A is known as root of the tree. Next thing you have to remember, that is parent. So dear students, any node except root node has one edge upward to a node called parent. What it is saying? So dear students, here you can see if we are taking the example of E. Okay, so in case of E we have parent node, that is B. Okay, so or we can say that B is the parent node of E comma F. Is it clear? So whatever we are studying, the node at the top of tree is known as root node. So A is the root node. Second thing, parent. So here for B is the parent of E and F. Third thing that we have learned, that is child. So node below a given node connected by its edges downward is called its child node. So whatever it is saying, the node below the parent node. So dear students, you can say that E and F are the child of B parent node. Okay, E and F is the child of B parent node. Similarly, we can say that G is the child of C parent node. Or we can say that B comma C comma D are the child node of A parent node. Is it clear? Now we are covering our next term, that is sibling. So what is sibling? So child of same node are called sibling. What I am saying? Child of same node are called sibling. So dear students, in this image you can see D is the sibling of B and C. Okay, so what is the definition saying? Child of same node are called sibling. Okay, so similarly D is the sibling of B and C. Is it clear? Now we are covering next thing, that is leaf node. Node which doesn't have any child node is called leaf node. Okay, the node which doesn't have any child node is called leaf node. So in this diagram you can see here we have E, F, similarly G. Okay, these are the leaf node because the further these node have no child node. This is clear. Now we have another concept, that is subtree. Okay, so dear students, basically what is subtree? The subtree represent descendant of a node. So here you can see we have A, that is the root of the tree. Okay, so in this tree we have left subtree, we have right subtree. Okay, so to make this concept clear, you can see this image. In this image, okay, we have root node A. For left subtree, the parent node is B, and for right subtree, the parent node is C. Okay? Then label. So, label of a node represent the generation of a node. What label? Label of a node represent the generation of a node. If root node is at label 0, then its next child node is at label 1 and its grandchild is at label 2 and so on. So dear student, if someone asking you how many labels are existing in this tree, so you can see, okay, so for root node the label is 0, for child node the label is 1, and further the grandchild node the label is 2. So in this tree we have how many labels? We have total 3 labels. Okay, from label 0 to label 2. Now keys. So dear students, basically what is keys? Key represent a value of node, okay, based on which a search operation is to be carried out. Okay, so what is a key? Key represent the value of a node. Then dear students, you have to remember the degree of a node. So what is the degree of a node? The degree of a node is the number of child of that node. The number of child of that node. So here you can see what is the degree of a node. So dear students, if we are taking the example of node A, so number of child that node A contain. So we have total 3 child. So the degree of node A is 3. This is clear. If we are taking example for node B, so number of node in B child is 2. So the degree of node B is 2. Okay, now we are covering degree of a tree. So dear students, the degree of a tree is the maximum degree of nodes in a given tree. So what is the maximum degree of a nodes in a tree? That is called degree of a tree. So in this image you can see the maximum degree of node is 3. Okay, so this is the degree for node A. So degree of tree is 3. Clear? Now we are covering another important topic, that is path. So it is the sequence of consecutive edges from source node to destination node. What is the path? Sequence of consecutive edges from source node to destination node. So in this image you can see, if we have to find out the path from node A to node E. So first of all we are covering our first edge, that is from A to B. Then we are covering our next edge from B to E. So this is our path from A to E. The path is A to B, comma B to E. Then we have height of a node. So what is the height of a node? It is the maximum path length from that node to a leaf node. What I am saying, the height of a node is the maximum path length from that node to a leaf node is known as the height of a node. Okay, then height of a tree, the height of a tree is the height of the root. Okay, and then the depth of a tree, so the depth of a tree is the maximum level of any leaf in the tree is known as depth of a tree. So here you can see. Okay, now we are covering introduction to binary tree. So basically what is an binary tree? So dear students, a binary tree is a tree in which no node can have more than 2 children. Okay, in which no node can have more than 2 children. Okay, so dear students, in this image you can see we have a binary tree. For this binary tree the root node is A. Okay, and B is the left child of A and C is the right child of A. Or we can say that A is the father of B and C. And Also we can say that B and C are called sibling. Okay, and dear students, also the node D, comma H, node I, node F, node J, these all are the leaf node because further these are not extended to another child node. Okay, then there is another definition of binary tree. A binary tree, that is T, is either empty or such that in case of binary tree we have a special node and that is called root node. Okay, and a binary tree has two sets of node. A binary tree has two sets of node. The first set is known as left subtree and the second set is known as right subtree. Okay, and dear student, these left and right subtrees are binary trees. Okay, there are few another definitions for binary tree. Okay, so there, what is that? A binary tree is a finite set of elements that are either empty or is partitioned into three disjoint sets. What is saying? Basically, what is a binary tree? It is the finite set of elements. Okay, either the elements are empty or these elements are partitioned into three disjoint subsets. So our first subset is known as root of the tree. Okay, and our second subset is known as left subtree and the third subset is known as right subtree. Or dear students, you can remember the left and right subtree can be empty. Okay, then you can see in this image we have a root node, we have left subtree and we have right subtree, and the maximum number of nodes in a binary tree is 2. Okay, then here we have another definition for binary tree. The root node of a binary tree is A. Okay, then the left subtree of the root node, which is denoted by LA. So dear students, what is the left subtree of root node A? And it contains the sets, it contains the nodes, that is B, D, E, G. And similarly, the right subtree for node A contain the child node, that is CFH. Okay, so dear students, you can see that the root node of left subtree is B and the root node for right subtree is C. Then types of binary tree. So dear students, there are three types of binary tree. Our first type is complete binary tree, our second type is strictly binary tree, and our third type is almost complete binary tree. Okay, now what is complete binary tree or strict binary tree? We can learn this one by one. So first of all, we have strict binary tree. So what you have to remember, in case of strict binary tree, every non-leaf node in a binary tree has non-empty left and right subtree. Then such a tree is called strict binary tree. Or we can say that in case of strict binary tree, all the nodes are in degree 0 or 2, never in degree 1. So dear students, in case of strict binary tree, what happen? All the nodes are in degree 0 or either in degree 2. Okay, and the degree cannot be 1. So in this image you can see here, for node D we have two subchild, that is H and I. Okay, the degree of D is 2, and for node H there is no child, the degree is 0. Similarly, for node B the degree is 2, for node E the degree is 0. So what you have to remember, A tree in which all the nodes are of degree 0 and 2, never for degree 1, is known as strict binary tree. Then we are covering complete binary tree. So what is complete binary tree? So dear students, in complete binary tree, every label except possibly the last is completely filled. Okay, what happened in complete binary tree? You can see in this tree at last. Okay, but at last label we have all the nodes are completely filled. So you can see for node D the degree is 2, for node E the degree is 2, for node F the degree is 2, for node G the degree is 2. So we can say that a tree in which every label except possibly the last is completely filled. Okay, so here all the labels except last are completely filled. So it is known as complete binary tree. Then dear students, we have almost complete binary tree. So dear students, the almost complete binary tree is sometimes also called strict binary tree. Okay, so what happen in almost binary tree? A tree where for a right child there is always a left child. Okay, but for a left child there may not be a right child. What definition saying? I can tell you. In the first image we have almost complete binary tree, which is also in the form of strict binary tree. In the second image you can see, as per the definition, what happened. For right child there is always a left child. So for E is the right child of B, and for E there is a left child and the left child is J. But for the left child there may not be a right child. Okay, but for a left child there may not be a right child. Okay, this is clear? Yes or no? So this is our almost complete binary tree. Now we are covering tree traversals. So dear students, what is tree traversals? So traversals is a process which is used to visit all the nodes of a tree. Okay, what is tree traversal? It is a process which is used to visit all the nodes of a tree and may print their values. So dear students, there are three ways to traverse the tree. That is pre-order, in-order and post-order. Now what happened in pre-order, in-order and post-order, I can tell you one by one. So in case of pre-order, first of all we are visiting the root node, then left node, then right node. So it is root, left, right in pre-order. In order, first of all we are visiting left, then we are visiting root, then we are visiting right. Okay, and in post order, first of all we are visiting left, then we are visiting right, and finally we are visiting root. Okay, so these are the three order of tree traversal, that is pre, in, post, and for pre, root, left, right, for in, left, root, right, and for post, left, right, root. Okay, now we are understanding the concept of pre-order traversal. So what happened in pre-order traversal, dear students, as I can tell you, first of all you have to visit the root node. So here in this tree the root node is A. So you can see below the in this traversal output, first of all we have writing A. Okay, why? Because we have to visit the root node first. Similarly, in second step we have to traverse the left. So dear students, here in this tree now we are moving to left subtree. In left subtree at the top, first of all we have B. So we have to visit the root and the root is B. Then we are visiting left. Further for left we have D. Okay, so here again we have to visit the root, and the root is D. Okay, so further we have to visit the left. So now we are writing H, that is the left. So after D we have writing H. So dear students, now you can see there is no further extension for H. So here after H we are visiting right. So right is I. Now you can see we have covering D, H, I. So then after left we have to cover the right, and after D we have E in the right. So we have right E. Okay. So now you can see we have covered left subtree. Finally we have moved to right subtree. Now in the right subtree you can see at the root we have C. So as per the definition, first of all we have to visit the root. Now we can write C. Then we have to visit the left subtree. So in the left subtree we have F. Then we have to visit right subtree. In right subtree we have the G. So this is the our pre-order traversal for this tree. And dear students, always remember the pre-order traversal is also known as depth first order. What is depth first order? Now we are covering in order traversal. So what happened in order traversal, as I can tell you, first of all you have to visit left subtree, then root, then right subtree. So dear students, in this tree, first of all you can visit left subtree. So in left subtree the root is B, but as per this step, first of all you have to visit left subtree. So for root, for parent B you can see its left subtree, that is D. For D again you can see D is a parent for H and I. So again we are check the left subtree for D, and the left subtree for D is left node is H. So further there is no extension for H. So as per our step, first of all we have write the node H. Okay, we have to visit the left subtree. So we have to write the node H. Then we have to visit the root. Further the root is D. Okay, yeah, further for the H the parent is D, so we can write D. Then we have to visit right subtree. So for D the right position contain the node, that is I. So H D I. Further you can see after completing this we have to cover root. Okay, so now we are covering B. After B, that is the root, we have to cover right subtree, that is E for B. Okay, so but we have write H D I B E. So dear students, this is our left subtree. Now we are covering root, and our root is A. Okay, now we have to cover right subtree. So we are moving to right subtree. So in right subtree you can see first of all we have to cover, we can see we have a parent, that is C, but as per our definition we have to cover left subtree. So for C the left subtree contain node, that is F. After that we have to visit root, that is C, and we have to visit right subtree, that is G. So dear students, this is the in order traversal for this tree. Okay, then we are covering post order traversal of tree. So in case of post order traversal, okay, so here there is some typing mistake where I am writing the in order. So it is our post order traversal. Okay, so what happened in post order traversal, first of all we have to visit the left subtree, then we have to visit our right subtree. Okay, and then we have to visit our root. Okay, so dear students, here please we can change this in order to post order. Okay, this is a typing mistake where I am typing in, it is a post order. Okay, and for post order you have to follow this step. First of all we have left subtree, then we have right subtree, and finally we have root node. So dear students, in this image kindly see we have root node, that is A. For root node A, left subtree is B and right subtree contains C parent node. So further you can see, as per our step, first of all we have to traverse the left subtree. So under left subtree, for parent B we have left subtree, that is D, right, that is E. Further there is extension for D. So for D we have left subtree, that is H. Okay, so in post order traversal, first of all we have writing H, that is our left subtree node. Then we are writing I, that is our right subtree node, and after that we are visiting our node, that is root node, that is D. After this we have our, again we are moving the same step. Then we have our left subtree, then we have our right subtree and root. So after D we are writing E, and after E we are writing B. Okay, similarly we are following the steps.